So I thought we'd do, this should be an easy one today. I thought we'd do one where we just take a couple ones that haven't done that well in AI mode on the first pass, and we see if choosing the AI mode with Gemini 3 will make them work a little better. We saw in a previous one, we saw that the Jenny Joseph Columbia Logos thing fixed an error or avoided an error in Gemini 3 using Gemini 3 that it did not with the default one, just a date error, 1991 versus 92. You can go back and look at that one if you want. These two had errors too. Remember, this one was kind of a mess for AI mode. Let's search it first, just using the normal AI mode, although it might be diving into thinking here. And let's see if it's kind of pushing back on this. It says appears to be, which is better than we get generally. We've got before. Product is often referred to. Many sources indicate it's still in the prototype or an AI generated concept. This is actually better than we got last time. Let's try again. You're always like, you can always, I like the fact it gives different answers each time you run this thing. Frankly, I think it's helpful. So here, right, it's a little bit naive here. Designed by a German startup, it aims to provide. Item appears to be part of a pilot program, and so forth. And so we could do what we did before and say, hey, can you find me anything that's not like social media on this? And then it will get back to us and say, oh, okay, I might be a little confused about that. So let's try it though with, let's search with Google Lens. And then let's go thinking and see if it can discover that this is really quite bogus, actually. Bogus. I'm dating myself. Child of the 70s and 80s. So it's creating the layout. Again, these layouts are things that allow more than just text. They do charts, they do timelines. I think they'll probably add other things as time goes on. It's a little slower, and that's something you have to think about when you're looking at this. Does not exist as a real. Oh, so better is widely considered to be. This is much better. This is much better. Wait a second. Has it been listening to me? The text and the image, because I use this conflation term all the time. Has it been listening to me? Why can't I get a link here? I can't seem to get a link. This link is not working. Other than that, like, this is really good. This is really good, actually. German project involved. This is what we found, right? This is what we found. All right. Ulmer Nest. This is what we found. Remember the one like a couple ago? Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Just a beautiful response. Okay. That's Gemini 3. Let's see what the Dogon. Again, with the Dogon, it doesn't do horrendous with this. It's just a little, on the first go, it's usually a little bit, we'll see how it does here. On the first go, it's a little, culture is known for, particularly the serious, Dogon oral traditions have long included a detailed knowledge of Sirius B. So that's highly disputed. There's not really evidence that Sirius B has any history in their culture as something that they're focused on before a bunch of anthropologists in the 1930s started talking to them, right? And so that is wrong, right? There's probably some other things here, but really that's the big thing here is that it's just really credulous here, and it doesn't recognize the newer anthropology, which largely says that this is sort of a fabrication of modern anthropology, right? Okay, so let's see if AI mode does better here. Go here. Oh. See if it's just less credulous with the Gemini 3 thing going for it. Now, no, this is going to take a little more time, and maybe that, error occurred. All right, let's just try it again. Actually, yeah, let's just try it again. It's interesting, it pulls up the whole thing even though I've selected the text. Let's see if an error occurs again. Oh, it's creating layout. Get to the creating layout stage. I'm going to have to learn to fill a lot more time if I use the Gemini 3 pieces here. This honestly, I'm going to build this Dogon one out into a larger classroom activity because I actually think this has the sorts of layers, the multiple layers that you can dig into that would be really useful in a classroom activity. Okay. Famous and controversial, much better. Modern anthropology and astronomy provide a more grounded explanation. Evidence strongly suggests this ancient wisdom was actually cultural contamination acquired from Western visitors. Okay. Right. How did they know? Oh, this is one of the timelines. When we talk about layouts, this is part of the thing that layouts are doing. And I think it's useful. I think having it in these sorts of using space in a way in the responses is I think a decent. Oh, talk about layouts. That's kind of cool. Physically impossible. I mean, I don't know that this is the best way to do it, but I appreciate the effort, like A for effort. It does show that, yeah, this is a binary star. I don't know if this orbit is correct or anything like that, obviously. And then it does talk about the Nomo as a vital part of the Dogon religion. So this is great. This is great. I do think that this is a really solid answer. Again, I have not gone into every detail here, but I will tell you if you go into every detail on every site that talks about this, a lot of sites get things wrong too. So this is a much better starting point, is what I would say, than what we were getting before Gemini 3.